Alright, so here we're in section 1.4 and we're going to determine the validity of an argument, and the argument that I'm looking at is up here in the upper left hand corner. And to determine whether or not this argument is valid, I'm going to go directly to the definition from your book of what it means for an argument to be valid, and I went ahead and wrote that down. And I've got a spelling error, argument. An argument is valid if the following is true. If all hypotheses are true, then the conclusion is also true. So let's read that a second time to make sure we have that. If all hypotheses are true, then the conclusion is also true. Okay, so if I go back to the previous page in my notebook, I went ahead and made a truth table, and you can see the truth table right here. And so what that definition said is we need to look at cases where both hypotheses are true. And this is one of my hypotheses. And this is the other hypothesis. So I'm only looking at cases where both of those hypotheses are true. A truth table is a real quick way to see that the only two cases where both hypotheses are true is the first two rows. Now the definition said that the argument is valid if, when all hypotheses are true, then the conclusion is also true. Well, my conclusion is P, and I can see that in this first row I fit the definition of being valid because both hypotheses are true and the conclusion is also true. But this second row causes a problem because both hypotheses are true but the conclusion is false. And so because of that second row, we can say that the argument is invalid. And I don't really care about these last two rows because in those last two rows, one or both of the hypotheses is false, so those don't matter at all. You can also use the rules of inference, which are explained in your book, to determine the validity of an argument, but my personal opinion is that making a truth table and following the definition is probably the easiest way.